Hello everyone, Xforts here, and welcome to a playthrough of GioGio's Bizarre Adventure, a PlayStation 2 game that was released in 2002 only in Japan. Unfortunately, the game was never localized and it never got an English release, so that is why I am joined by Meti, not the bad guy, a self-proclaimed Part 5 expert.
Hey, what's up everyone? Bai Shimonetta here. I've come to help Xforts get through this game.
Yeah, so this game is all about Part 5. It loosely follows the story of Part 5 from start to finish, just skipping a few fights. But in my opinion, I think they kept a lot of the good ones. The only other ones I would like to see were like...
I mean, they excluded the ability to play as either Doppio or...
yeah, the Metallica fight would have been great. That would have been really cool.
Then you think, like, who do you play? Or it could have been like a little... I mean, you could have played as Doppio, but then you get to play as the main antagonist, and they're usually not too fond of that, except for...
When you play... Yeah, in the very... Alright, well, that's the spoilers. Okay, so, the first thing I like to do when I start this game... Yes, I've played this game many times. We both have, so... This is one of those games where you definitely need to play it. It's rough playing it blind, because a lot of the bosses are pretty difficult to beat unless you have kind of studied their movements, so... Talking about you, Oasis.
You sit there and you do like 100-hour recordings.
Yeah. If you try to record a Let's Play and the raw footage ends up being 12 hours long, that can happen too. So we needed to bring Meti on. So I think the one on the right is autosave, and then you.
Don't ask me. I don't ever mess with these menus. As it is right now is probably how it looks for me. I tried like playing around with it to see what it looks like, but I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, this bottom one's autosave. Don't know what these are, but this middle one is difficulty. Easy, normal, hard. We're just gonna keep it on normal though. So, all right, let's start going. So yeah, the game's only in Japanese. There's no subtitles. I've tried vigorously to get this game translated. Just never worked out. So I thought it'd just be better to bring a friend Meti on, who knows a lot about Part 5, a lot more than me, to just kind of converse with and put his input on what's happening, because I really couldn't explain a lot of the cutscenes. I don't remember it.
And I'm excited because as much as I played this game, I haven't actually like sit down and watched all the cutscenes.
Yeah, you're in for a treat. So let's just go into the super story. So this first cutscene is just I hate skipping the first cutscene in the game, but it just shows manga panels from parts 1 through 4 and just recaps it. Obviously, Phantom Blood.
It gives anyone who hadn't played the game in Japan or hadn't read up to Part 5 in Japan a quick synopsis of who we are and where we're at.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, so I'm just gonna skip it. It's there's not a lot of visuals, but so the game starts right with Leaky Eye Luca. So Part 5 originally starts off with Koichi in Italy looking for do you remember Giorno's original name?
It's Haro. Wow, I can't fucking say anything.
I don't think anyone watching remembers it either. It was something really obscure.
Haruno Shiobana, I think.
Yeah, that was it. And so Giorno has a little kind of a fight with Koichi.
I mean, the fight ends with just basically Koichi using Act 3 on his car. Yeah. And him not being able to get away. So he gets out, he smiles at Koichi, darts off.
But then the cutscene that just happened was Giorno killing a member of Passione, Leaky Eye Luca.
To be fair, he didn't really kill him.
Well,
he struck a frog and his head indented.
Giorno caused him to kill himself. So he had a shovel, and one of Giorno's abilities, one of his many abilities that is forgotten about, is any damage inflicted upon one of his creations is deflected on the person who initiated the attack. So Leaky Eye Luca hit Giorno with a shovel.
It's specified with deadly return.
Yeah. So he hit Giorno with a shovel, and the shovel hit I believe it was a
frog.
Frog. Yeah.
It was Koichi's suitcase turned into a frog.
Yeah. So then all the damage got deflected onto Leaky Eye Luca's head and destroyed him. And now Bruno is he knows Giorno did it. Like Bruno's not dumb.
He's interrogating the person who was last with Leaky Eyed Luca right now. So he
knows though. He tastes the sweat.
He knows only after Giorno freaks out when he has the eyeball in his hand.
Yeah.
Because Giorno's a pretty good liar at first. See, like he's like, all right, I'm balling out. We straight bullying.
So the models in this game aren't the best looking.
Oh. Holy shit! How does he have a fucking octagonal eyeball?
Yeah. Here it comes.
Yeah. Dude, this is gonna become the next fucking Kono Dioda when it gets animated.
Kono Jono Giovanna.
So yeah, the Bruno sees right through his lies, and he uses his keen eye. This is like a way to tell the viewer that Bruno has a great sense of character. So when later things happen, it's not a surprise why Bruno does what he does.
Yeah, Bruno's the best. Bruno's best Part 5 character, in my opinion.
He's one of the best JoJo characters in general.
He's my favorite character, and his stand. It's mostly his stand. Sticky Fingers is just like, it's my favorite stand in all of JoJo. Like when I got to Part 5, I was like, my favorite stand for sure. And now I'm in Part 8, and it's just, I don't know. It's like not even, its design is pretty simple, but it's like just a punching ghost, but it fucking has zippers. It's just cool.
It's one of the most unique powers we get out of JoJo that isn't just stupid like most of the Part 6 ones.
Yeah, it's like if you take zippers out of the equation, it's strong as hell because it's like it's pocket dimensions. Like he's creating space out of nothing. It's like
he also uses it not only for offense but for defense when he reattaches Abashio's hand.
Yeah, and he can we'll see in the next fight, but he can literally dive her down inside people. With his stand. So secret factors, quick explanation, they're just things you can do in game to get more health, and the way you activate them are by doing scenes that happened in the manga. If you want to see a full guide,
to stand rush him.
Yeah, so I don't know all the secret factors, but if you guys want to play through this game on Meti's channel, there will be a link in the description to his channel and the playlist of a complete secret factor guide. He did a really good job with it, so you can check that out.
Yeah, that one was fun. I did that all in one take, and then I just destroyed people's sub boxes.
Yeah, it was great. So definitely go sub to Meti.
Yeah, and then go buy Shimonetta.
Yeah, do that too.
Funimation.com/show/Shimonetta, boring world where the concept of pretty jokes doesn't exist.
More information on Shimonetta, check out my second channel, link in the description. First time I've ever plugged it in any video. And the tooth falls out.
Yes, this tooth is very important, actually.
Dude, if you could hear game sound, the sound effect was literally like a recliner. like an old recliner being sat in. Oh,
be sure to stand shoot the fire extinguishers, because if you just hit them, you break them.
Yeah, I think I just messed it up.
No, you can do it to any of them.
Look at that. Yeah, I actually did this one, yeah.
This one's the most difficult one to do on this one here, just because it's all about fucking timing.
Yeah, I got lucky. All right, real question: do you prefer Bruno or no? Do you prefer Bucciolati or Blucciolati?
I prefer Bucciolati because Blucciolati is it doesn't look as nice as the white. Because like I always see him as like this pure white figure, and opposite of Giorno's blue. Yeah. So Bucciolati's most common color swap is instead of a white outfit, a blue outfit. Yeah, it's actually like an okay looking color swap. It's not bad, but I prefer the white hands down. I actually prefer most of the color palettes in this game. Yeah, it's really good. He has a pink one in Eyes of Heaven though. It looks great. I'd prefer him in pink. Oh, look at that S-rank. Hell yeah. Yeah, we doing a 100% playthrough. Try to S-rank every mission. Oh yeah, dude. Of course, you can totally pull that off. If I can do GioJo, I have confidence that I can do every single one. Because GioJo's is really hard. That's a great background right there. This game, if you can do the Oasis one, then you got it. A lot of every single cutscene in this game is a great background for like a desktop. It's awesome. The loading screens are fucking dope. Yeah, especially Blue King Crimson. King Crimson. King Crimson. Yeah. Put that on the screen. we'll get to it. But yeah, here is Bucciolati is now not feeling this fight anymore, and he's going to retreat, and he retreats in probably the coolest fucking way. Yeah, his stand, like, it can do. It's one of those stands where it's like the way you initiate it is the same, but you can decide what it does when you initiate it. Like, if he punches the ground, he can decide to either make a pocket dimension or make a doorway. Just to, yeah, it's the really coolest cool shit ever. Yeah. Like, I love it. Like, if he is hanging off the side of a fucking gondola right now. It's not going that fast. Dude, look at the background. I mean, it's going at least 10 miles per hour. And he's hanging out sideways.
It's almost similar to like Spice Girl in a way too. Like it like literally makes things like malleable and like soft.
Like fabric.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool. Really great stand.
Oh, Giorno, you got some fucking grills there. But yeah, since Bucciolati is retreating, Giorno's saying to himself that he can't let Bucciolati get away. Even though, what is he doing?
Grin.
He's sliding with the...
Grin, did you see that? I never noticed that before.
You know what I never noticed before? He's fucking sliding with the background.
Yeah. Alright, so this fight is actually pretty annoying. So if you can't read Japanese, this fight is a pain in the ass. Or if you don't have the internet, it's hard. So you have to chase...
Or if you haven't read part 5.
I don't even know. Even if you have read part 5, like this part still is like pretty not very memorable. Like so pretty much he just creates zippers and moves around.
Oh, be sure to stand shoot any of the normal objects, like that barrel or that sign.
Okay. I don't remember
Or the trash bin as well.
So you gotta kinda cut him off here.
Yeah, and you can get him into a solid stun lock here. Like,
yeah.
I have had runs where I just fucking destroy him here. Which, sadly, the game does not reward you for, like, stun locking.
I know. So right here, he,
one of the...
Keep going.
This scene up here, if you've read part 5, you know exactly who he's hiding in, but to get one of the secret factors, you need to actually not hit the correct person.
Oh, really? So I'll just say...
He's always in the same person every time.
Yeah, it's this one. Boom.
And also you need to turn his tooth that's on the ground into a fly, which you'll get a special cutscene for.
Have I knocked it out yet?
It's already been knocked out. It's already on the ground, but you can't get it now that you've got him out of the person. This game is really anal about its secret factors.
Well, that sucks. Oh, how about this? Apparently, by this game's logic, that's how kind of stand abilities work. Like, once they get in motion, like, they sort of do things that... They kind of gain new abilities. Like, apparently, if we go by this game's logic, Sticky Fingers can teleport Bucciolati places.
And yeah, we don't see that until much later into part 5 that he's doing that shit.
And like even stands like Little Feet in this game, we just see them gain abilities that like isn't confirmed that they can.
Which I like when games take liberty with the IP they're working with to
Yeah.
make interesting boss fights, because like Little Feet on its own would have been kind of a shitty boss fight.
Yeah, definitely. If I punch the ground, I think I make a vine that kind of traps him in. Look at that.
I don't know what that's a specific reference to. I think that's
They might have just.
Oh, I don't. No, I think he does that with the next fight we're coming up against.
Oh yeah. You reread this the other day, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
a good
100.
background.
I'm not a walking encyclopedia like I used to be, but I did some rereading recently.
You're a walking wiki page, you know.
Yeah, I'm a walking wiki page. Untrustworthy and alcoholic. But all right.
Are they trying to make his
here-
knuckles look bloody right now?
I don't think so. I think they're just. I think
Just
they're
dirty.
just ink splotted.
Yeah.
But what's happening right here is that Giorno has called Bucciolati out for being a good person because he replaces his arm with the arm of a drug-using kid, and he's like, I want you to help me defeat your boss.
Part 5 is great, man.
I love it. And this is actually like a really good like substitute for the anime right now. I mean, it's not everything, but there are secret theaters involved in this game which will give you some little fill in the blank moments.
Yeah, not all of them though. Like what? They're definitely missing a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, like I don't think like the Koichi model shown in trailers is actually in this game anywhere.
No.
At least nowhere that I've found. Look at all those dots above that Japanese. I don't know what that even means.
I like how they kind of kept the part 3 style of like lines down the face. Araki kind of totally dropped that during like part 5, 6, and later.
Yeah, part 5 is the. I mean,
it's really the turning point.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle of his art style to up till like 8, which is his new pinnacle.
Yeah.
Because like 7 varies so frequently in it, but part 5 maintains like a solid like balance. Besides like the first chapter, which has a really weird Giorno.
Most people know this, but I prefer the slicker character art style so much more than parts 1 through 3. Like,
oh yeah,
it's just so much better looking. so much.
Like part 3 has some really good middle segments, but
yeah, like
parts 1 and 2 are kind of hard to reread sometimes.
I know. Even in the JoJonian volumes, like I've tried to reread part 1. It's just like, anime did it better. Like I'll say it.
I mean, the animes are canon.
I know.
Or,
David production is just great.
I love fucking doing this shit where I'm like, yeah, no, the manga's now uncanon because the anime looks better.
But I definitely feel like part 8 is definitely one of those things where it's like, oh, if part 8 ever got animated, it'd be like manga and anime are neck and neck, like both just as enjoyable.
You'd hope that they'd be neck and neck, and you wouldn't get like some of the David Productions outsourcing like we got with part 4.
Yeah. So right now, he's trying to join the gang, going through initiation.
Bucciolati has accepted him into the gang, but he now needs to go through the initiation.
And can we talk about how fucking big Polpo is in this game? This is a normal person.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the stand ability to like shapeshift.
He's not Mikitaka, no.
Yeah, he's not like some shapeshifter. He's this weird fucking... He might actually be an alien. I don't know anymore. He has black eyes and like that weird head thing.
Yeah, he has like the same eyes as Kanadaichi from part 4, the Superfly user. You remember that?
Yeah, like, and also Rizzuto has the same eyes.
Yeah, it's really weird because like there's a lot of characters in part 6 are elves. They have elf ears, and it's just never explained. Like what was
Jolene's lawyer?
Yeah, the attorney, yeah.
That she kills in cold blood?
Yeah, because apparently Stonefree has unlimited range. It's like this strain went like down a highway, like chasing him in a car.
From the prison.
Yeah.
But what's going on right here is Polpo's accepting Giorno into the gang as long as he can keep this lighter lit for 24 hours.
Yes.
And it's actually one of the more fun sequences in this game.
This was a really
in the manga.
Yeah, this was really fun in the manga because like it was really relatable. Like I love scenes like that where like the characters are going through like a realistic challenge because it's like you can put yourself in his shoes and be like, huh, how would I keep this lighter alive? And when you see what Giorno does, you're like, yeah, I would probably do that, but I would also do this, this, and this. Like this part really got me invested in the manga because I was just thinking about like myself in this situation. I like parts like this.
There's a really cool scene where he turns it into a flower. He also like has it burn his hand. It's one of the coolest scenes and like one of my favorite Giorno scenes. And
oh yeah, that was when he had to leave the prison, right? They had to.
Yeah. They don't show it in here, sadly. And then you have this shit right now with fucking Mario putting out the lighter.
Yep. This is actually a pretty long cutscene.
Yeah, I actually kind of wonder because of the amount of time like Giorno has the lighter with all of the things trying to put it out. I don't know if the lighter has any specialty to it. I would assume not because it is connected to Black Sabbath in a way, but the lighter itself is a really weird part of the story, and I was really expecting it to be like part of the stand.
Because if the wick gets wet, it won't work. So I don't know how. Maybe that might be a theory. Is the lighter a part of Black Sabbath?
That'd be a pretty cool one. And then
it definitely has some sort of GPS.
And I mean, Giorno technically he has the lighter still going. He didn't relight it, so he's still in the process. But the real test that goes on is to keep a lighter running for 24 hours is impossible in most cases unless you're like really good at it. So the real test is to see if the person can handle Black Sabbath.
Yeah. And Giorno says, fuck it, if I can't do the challenge, I'm just going to kill you.
Well, Giorno makes the decision right here because he watches Polpo just murder an innocent person. He's like, yeah. I don't like innocent murder.
I like Black Sabbath's role, though, how it's like, it creates stand users for the game, you know?
Yeah, it's
like, you're not supposed to beat Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath is supposed to stab you, and if you, it's supposed to stab you, and if you die, obviously you die, you're not in the game. But if you acquire a stand ability, I think they'll accept you into the game then.
Oh yeah, that's how all of I believe Bucciolati's gang is right now, where they all got their stands that way. I don't know if Bucciolati got his stand that way.
I think he might have had it from a young age. I don't think it happened stand arrow.
I'm 100% not sure.
Might not ever been disclosed. So that part, oh shit, Jesus. That came out of nowhere.
circle button that you spam.
Yeah.
One
oh
of
yeah,
these
yeah. I know how to
secret
do
factors
this. It's
here
just
is
like for some reason
break
that
the
one it
pillar.
really took me off guard.
Break one of the pillars with a stand shoot, and you'll get a secret factor.
So you just like deal damage to him, and your punches don't do the most damage. What does the most damage is him getting caught in the sunlight.
Yeah, which you can get him into a nice loop through that. Where
Yeah,
while
that's
he's
nice.
screaming, you can still stand shoot him.
Uh huh.
But yeah, this fight is actually really, it's one of my favorites in the series, and
Yeah.
it's one. I'm glad that they made it an actual enjoyable fight to play in this game.
Yeah, Black Sabbath
this
is
could have
cool.
been-
Definitely a shadow stand. I don't think we had one of those yet. It
No, I'm
was
surprised they kept Koichi out of this game. He could have appeared in this.
I know. Hold on, I'm trying to. Yeah, this is how I'm used to it. So then you'd roll like that. But those two times you really snuck up on me. I'll try to get that. So he's gonna get burned right there. Stand shoot one of these.
Yep, and now you got
It's
the
only two?
maximum secret factors. Yep,
Is this him right on?
you
it?
already had 8. Yeah, it's always the, if you can see a bird shadow, it's always him.
Okay. Sometimes like 3 of them are chasing you though.
Oh yeah, but it's always the one, it's always the first one that's going to come in contact.
Yeah,
with
there's
you.
the loop right there. Oh come! Yeah, thank God. I was gonna say. I'm actually gonna explore this map a little bit. I've like never been to this side over here.
It's actually much bigger than I was expecting it to be.
Don't go in the shadows though, because he can just immediately get you.
Yeah, this is actually, I really like the use of his abilities in here, because it is a lot like his abilities in the manga.
Yeah. I'm going to go over by the stairs. I think the stairs are in shadows too, actually.
Yeah, here comes the
here
3
he
birds.
comes.
It's always the one ahead.
Oop. Alright, let's just kill him. Get bitch slapped. Oh, come on. Yeah, there he goes. So, the kind of... Oh, Nastrink, didn't expect that. But, kind of the way the, combat, the best way to do this on really hard boss fights is to do loops. Sort of how you just press R1 to hit him in, like, the punching barrage, and then you can just physically attack him, then press R1 again, and you can just loop it over and over again. So, most fights you don't need to do that. You can be creative with the way you use the sand, but, like, some fights, the best way is to loop. Because they're a pain in
Stand
the ass.
barrage and then hit them with your fists is probably the best way to go about any boss fight.
That's why you want autosave right there, because after every one, it asks you, like, 3 questions. And all in Japanese, so you just have to press, like, yes, 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 yes.
And, like, the weird thing is, like, since there is no Koichi here, we don't get, like, his involvement in this fight, and it's handled a little differently, because, like, Giorno just defeats him, and then he returns the lighter.
Yeah, I remember
But, like,
the Black Sabbath fight was the first time we get, like, a nice full-page speech bubble of Mudamudamudamudam, and it was like, oh, yes, this is fucking Dio's son. It's great.
Yeah, it's Giorno has some of my favorite moments in all of JoJo.
Yeah.
That's why
Like-
he's my favorite JoJo.
Yeah, the first big Mudamudamudam, I was, like, just smiling so hard during it, because it's like, fuck, yes, like, this is a main JoJo yelling Muda, 'cause it's, like, the first time it's ever happened before.
I always think it's really funny that the manga panel cutscenes that they do here, it's time saving, and you can tell how time saving and like budget saving it is, because if you look at all of the other panels, it's always the fucking the buff scene, and then the top scene is always the streets of the second mission. I don't remember.
I don't remember the location they were in.
Neapolitan
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
or Naples.
No, I don't think we're in Naples yet.
No, the subway says Naples
Oh, okay.
or Neapolitan.
I kind of
Because,
get mixed up with the locations that they go to.
I always remember it now because like that fucking video I did with Diavolo where it was like he might be the head of the Neapolitan people.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of confused right now. Is Polpo like saying like, oh, good job, like defeating my stand?
No, what he's saying is like, did you actually keep the lighter up for 24 hours or
Oh,
did you
okay,
unlock a stand?
Yeah, that lighter has to have something to do with Black Sabbath. There has to be an automatic stand that follows it. Well, obviously it's like Polpo. Like some stands that have long distance, like Red Hot Chili Peppers and like Aqua Necklace, like the user can like project their voice and their thoughts through the stand and see what the stand sees. But Black Sabbath's just fully automatic, it's completely sentient.
And we get the best fucking scene.
Yep, the
Polpo
fucking
wanted
banana
to die.
scene. So
Polpo wanted to die. No one can convince me otherwise.
and the stand arrow breaks, but you want to go ahead and explain this one, Meti?
Alright, so Giorno has the ability to give life to anything, which means he can, for some reason, can make processed bananas.
Yes.
Then he uses his stand in front of a stand user, but secretly, and puts a gun into the fridge as a banana, connects it to the fucking banana bunch. Polpo grabs that banana, it turns back into a gun, and he shoots himself. And Giorno does this because Giorno doesn't like bad people.